Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. 3-body problem. I am a bug of the Zerg tribe. Yi Su travels through the Trisolarans world and transforms into a locust in the wheat field locust plague. I thought life was short, but I didn't want to activate the system and obtain the Zerg Mother Nest. Gene sublimation. Cultivate the Mother Emperor. Dig a wormhole. Commander Bug C. Gnaw on the planet. After the arrival of the Trisolarans fleet in the solar system, we only saw the Zerg covered in the starry sky. Looking at the Trisolarans civilization of thousands of warships. Yi Su's mouth curled up. Here we go, buddy. Delivery to your door, thank you for your hard work. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Starting as a Locust. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Poo-poo fluttering his wings, Yi Su was mixed in with a small locust plague. At this moment, he is completely dumbfounded. Time travel, understanding, and excited. It turned into a locust, are you joking with me? And it's also a locust in the locust plague. This is really scary. When the time comes, humans will spray you medicine and then send a large army of chickens, ducks, and ducks to come. That is a fierce battle, basically the fate of being killed. What should I do? Yi Su is very worried. This opening is very headache-inducing. How about finding a fecal shovel official and experiencing the joy of live streaming? Thinking about it, Yi Su-fei got tired and stopped on a grass pole. At this point, he only realized that there were 3 figures nearby. This long war accompanies the entire human civilization. Until now, the outcome is still uncertain. Insects will not be eliminated. A loud roar came over. Yi Su listened. Wait. It seems a bit familiar. These people, this scene, and these words seem very familiar. Consider us humans as the Trisolarans of insects. They seem to have forgotten a fact. That's it, bugs. Never. I've never been truly defeated. Lying trough. This is a 3-body world. This is absolutely amazing. Yi Su people are all numb. Crossing through time, yet still crossing into the world of the 3-body. And it also became a true bug in the world of 3 bodies. The 3 people in front of me are Grand Historian Wang Miao and Ding Yi, which are the famous wheat field declarations of the 3-body world. Listening excites people. But I can't get excited by myself. Because now I am just a bug. My head is already big. Turning her head, Yi Su looked at her fellow countrymen on the side. Suddenly, a voice sounded, system activation. Meanwhile, a light curtain appeared before my eyes, locust, extractable genes, drug resistance. Reproduction. Evaluation, poor biological gene sequencing is useless except for a little drug resistance and reproductive ability. Ha. Light curtain. System. Ha. Yi Su was overjoyed in her heart, and finally glanced at Dashi and the others before flying into a corner. System. I'm here. Sleeping trough, really, what functions do you have? Host, I have sent you the system's functions in your mind, please check it. Next second. A large amount of knowledge emerges from the mind. Zerg system. Own the mother nest of the Zerg tribe. Being able to extract various genes, optimize and fuse them, and create a more powerful Zerg. Even powerful enough to dig space wormholes, devour everything, and roam the interstellar space. After understanding the system, Yi Su secretly said, this is a 3-body world, it depends on the situation. It's only a few days since the Guzheng operation occurred. The Trisolarans are estimated to come over in a few hundred years. Originally, it had nothing to do with me. However, After I awakened the system, the relationship became bigger. The Trisolarans Jizi is staring at the blue star, and I really want to release my mother nest. ETO will definitely do everything possible to destroy me. So, I have an idea. Yi Su pondered in her mind and made a plan. For a moment. After Dashur and a few others left. A locust flew over and landed on Dashi's cigarette butt. Discovering human genes, extract. Extraction started, extraction successful. The mother nest has been successfully backed up. The gene evolution room is ready, great, the cells are starting to divide and breed a human body for me. Understood. Years later. Several cars are parked next to a tall building. The words, Yi Gene Research Institute, shine brightly. Dashi got off the car and looked at the building, his eyes shining with gratitude. Does the fortifier I'm taking come from this place? Sure team, you really have to thank Dar. Yi. After you were exposed to radiation, everyone said you were hopeless. Unexpectedly, you brought back a potion from them, said the 10 people. That's right, you're still like a little Superman right now. I heard that the production of fortifiers is extremely rare, with billions of dollars on the black market each. Alright, don't push us anymore, we have business to attend to. Dashi waved his hand and asked them not to say anything. In fact, after being exposed to radiation, Dashi also felt that he was doomed. Unexpectedly, General Chang found him with a tube of potion a while ago. It is said to be the latest product and requires clinical trials. Dashur thought that his life was not long, so he decided to create some value for humanity. I didn't expect it. That thing is like a fairy pill. After use, all physical indicators return to normal the next day. Then the body undergoes further strengthening and development. This makes Grand Historian incredulous. He is currently in great physical condition. And all of this comes from this tall building. Dr. Yi, who had never met before but saved him, made him even more grateful. Entering this massive building, there is Yi Su's impressive achievements in the corridor. The first person in genetic engineering. Conquer cancer. Gene reinforcement theory. The gene touch theory of Locke. Wait, a genius, a super genius, this is beyond doubt. Even people like Dashi believe that Yi Su is one of the smartest people in the world. He is already recognized as the first person in his field. In terms of genetic theory, basically no one is stronger than him. So, he only came to this place. A conference is being held tens of thousands of kilometers away from here. A conference targeting individuals with 3 body types. And this conference requires Yi Su to attend by name. Chapter 2. Gene Potions. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As Dashur and others entered the research institute. Yi Su also stopped his work. He rubbed his eyes, ignoring the words on his retina, you are insects, yes. With the development of the first gene enhancer, Jizi set his sights on Yi Su. Genes. This is a technology that is not involved in the 3-body civilization. Yi Su's sudden rise made the 3-body civilization feel scared. The emergence of the first gene enhancer made the scalp of individuals with trisomy even more numb. They don't like things they can't control. Jizi's interference has already arrived. Not just projecting uncomfortable text on Yi Su's retina. There have been several assassinations. However, for Yi Su, this is all about pediatrics. A few years ago, Yi Su extracted human genes from the cigarette butts of Dashur. A human body was bred using the mother's nest. Subsequently, I began my own development. With the mother's nest's control over genes, Yi Su can easily conquer cancer. After the technology of conquering cancer was introduced, Yi Su easily obtained what he wanted. For example, money, for example, status. However, not enough. That's right. When Yisu solidifies her own Zerg Mother Nest in the system space. Clearly able to feel the information coming out, hungry. Very hungry. Resources, Yisu needs a large amount of resources to support it. Relying solely on oneself as the Yi Gene Research Institute, one still cannot afford to raise them. Even if it is the large-scale production of gene-enhancing drugs and the rampant acquisition of wealth, they still cannot afford to raise them. The resources needed by the Zerg Mother Nest are not just flesh and blood. There are also a large amount of minerals, metals, organic compounds, and so on, and the required quantity is massive. For this reason, Yisu came up with a solution. That's becoming a wall-faced person. The emergence of genetic drugs is the knocking brick of those who face the wall. Yisu doesn't believe it anymore. When you, the President of the United Nations, are facing a wall, you will exclude the world's first person in genetic engineering. If it were for past genetic achievements, Yisu wouldn't dare to guarantee it. But when gene enhancers appear, the whole world dare not ignore them. For this reason, Yisu also specifically proposed the theory of locking genes. This is the tempting scent of the bait, don't believe it or not take the bait. At this point, when Dashi and others came to visit, Yisu knew that she had succeeded. In a moment, a staff member came over to report, Dr. Yi, someone approached you and said it's an important matter for public office. Well, take the person to the reception hall and I'll be there soon. Understood. Quickly, Dashi and others were taken to the reception hall. Just as they had settled down, Yisu arrived. Hello, may I ask if you are? Yisu asked. He knew it was a great historian and even brought his capable assistants, 10 people. I saw it when I first crossed over and was still a Locust. I also heard the grand and passionate declaration of the wheat field from the grand historian. Dr. Yi, hello. Dashi quickly stood up and deeply grasped Yisu's hand. I am Shi Chang from the United Nations Special Action Team. Dr. Yi is young and promising. Especially those potions, they are really powerful. Perhaps Dr. Yi doesn't know yet, but that potion saved my life. Dashi immediately opened up the conversation box. He also highly admires the genetic potion. Not only did it eliminate the impact of radiation on him, but it also strengthened his body. His physical fitness is several times better now than before. It seems like I've been beaten with chicken blood all the time. Oh. So far, I know where the 3 mass-produce strengthening drugs came from, isn't it? Yisu said with confusion. Which clinical medication is it? Dashi rubbed his head and said. I see. So today, Officer Shi, is there anything wrong with me? Is there any adverse reaction? No. The situation is like this. There is an important meeting at the United Nations that requires Dr. Yi to attend. As a member of Daxia's Special Action Team, I will take Dr. Yi over. Is it urgent? Not in a hurry. It's also considered urgent. Hee. Then wait for me. Sure enough, it's here. At this point, the United Nations is holding a conference on those facing the wall. Dashi is here to pick it up. Am I taking advantage of the logic of treatment? Hey. Forget it for now, get ready, we're going out. Come to your own exclusive laboratory. Yisu took out an alloy box. In an instant, the box began to rust, as if melting, and a silver water flow rushed towards my hand. After contact, the silver water flowed into his body. Yisu observed the silver water flow and a light curtain appeared, nanobugs, growth, maturity. Equal order, second order. Features. Split LV2, resistance max, hard LV3, extended LV3. With the dual characteristics of life and metal, the goalkeeper of the micro-Zerg can enter the bloodstream to replace blood function, and can also penetrate the surface of the body to form hard armor. This is the second order Zerg that I secretly researched. It took a lot of resources to cultivate it. Now it is already a mature body. Simply put, it has nano properties like Iron Man's battle suit. After cultivating the energy bug and miniaturizing it, it can be paired with nanobugs to create ASCI.FI effect steel battle suit. That's right. Over the years, Yi Su has been superficially studying genetic engineering. In fact, he has been cultivating various Zerg races. Genetic engineering is just a piece of cake. There is still a long way to go for carbon-based life to surpass genes, and any achievements can be revealed from the Mother Nest. In the human world, it is an astonishing discovery. For example, the gene enhancer in Yi Su's eyes is incredibly cheap. This thing is very simple, but to prevent some other looks, Yi Su only released a small amount. But today, he will go to the United Nations. So, he will bring something shocking enough. After all the alloy boxes were turned into silver, water flowed into Yi Su's body. Yi Su took out a tube of green liquid from the safe. And clip it in the box for easy carrying. Chapter 3 Those Facing the Wall. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Walk to the door. Yi Su gently tapped a box. In an instant. His clothes were all rusted, and a fitted suit was transformed and worn on him, including his glasses. This is the ability of nanoworms. Once going out, Yi Su's own protection will definitely be in place. The second order nanobug defense, even the anti-material sniper rifle, cannot do anything about it. The previously encountered ETO assassination was also defended in this way. At that time, nanoworms were still first order. After finishing it, Yi Su appeared again in the reception hall. De Shi and the 10 people couldn't help but be stunned when they saw Yi Su again. Originally, Yi Su wore a big coat and looked full of scholarly aura. And now, replacing him with a normal one is simply eye-catching. At a height of 1.8 meters, he is handsome and full of energy, with almost no flaws in his appearance. It's like a male protagonist stepping out of a female novel. The Grand Historian has seen many people. But there are not many that can achieve this level in appearance. And after watching 10 people for a long time, they all have some peach blossom eyes coming out. Too handsome, this is also cough and cough. The human body nurtured from the mother's nest has almost no flaws. Ha! De Shi smiled and patted the arms of the 10 people to make her come to her senses, and said, Dr. Yi, this is really handsome. So what, let's hurry up and set off. Yi Su nodded to indicate that she knew. Dashi was very clever, he didn't ask what the box in Yi Su's hand was. On the road, it's very calm. There are basically no accidents when it comes to this type of pick-up program. Even when flying, there are fighter jets escorting us. The safety work is simply outrageous. Even if Ito has the strength, he cannot take action. After a few hours, the group arrived at the United Nations conference venue. Yi Sui appeared in the background. In an instant, it attracted the attention of countless people. Who is that person? So handsome. Sleeping trough, it's Dr. Yi. Dr. Yi. The one in genetic engineering. Yes, it's him. I had the privilege of meeting him once. Sleeping trough, this is a super expert in genetic theory. I didn't expect people to be so young and handsome. This guy is amazing. After conquering cancer, he doesn't even look up to Nobel. I know about this. Even after not receiving the award, I was mocked and ridiculed. I didn't expect the gene potion to hit half of the world's face. I've heard that some people say his education is fake and his name doesn't match the actual situation. What about the result? A large number of schools say that Dr. Ye's doctoral degree is worth pursuing in their schools. Those fools, what is education worth in the face of achievements like conquering cancer? Hey, I also heard that after he proposed the theory of locked-in genes, it caused a huge shock worldwide. Countless invitations invited him to give lectures, but he was completely disdainful. This guy is a genius, I didn't expect him to appear here. It seems that the level of the United Nations conference is not low, otherwise this person wouldn't have appeared here. The people on the side were discussing one after another. There are also many young girls with twinkling stars in their eyes, wanting to come up and sign. They were all stopped by Grand Historian. Great Historian sees sweat on the forehead. He knows that the person around him is very impressive. Unexpectedly, after coming out of the research institute, he became even more impressive. If it weren't for ourselves and others firmly guarding, I'm afraid I'll be overwhelmed by the rushing crowd. There's no way, this guy is a real academic expert. In terms of genetic engineering, it is the world's leading and unique presence. If it weren't for the three-body civilization, I'm afraid the Xia wouldn't have let him go abroad. Dashi looked at the time. I was a bit eager to take Yi Su to the Parliament Hall. On the way, Yi Su saw a young man with a slightly panicked expression. He was also surrounded by a group of people, rushing in the same direction as himself. That person, Logic. It seems that it must be him. Soon. Yi Su and Logic entered the Parliament Hall together. The meeting hasn't started yet, but it's a bit chaotic. Because, the emergence of Yi Su. As a super giant in a field. He attracted countless attention as soon as he appeared. A large number of shutter doors rang, and some scholars and experts in the field of genetics rushed over like crazy. Dr. Yi, I heard that you have completely deciphered DNA. Is this true? Dr. Yi, I have some thoughts on the theory of locked genes. Dr. Yi, is human DNA really very stable? Does it have fusion properties? Dr. Yi, regarding gene enhancers, does it indicate that genes may have sublimation properties? Dr. Yi, I have analyzed your way of overcoming cancer. Does assimilation prove that cancer cells have the possibility of connecting nerves? Dr. Yi. Damn it. Yi Su's eyes twitched. Is it so crazy? Back. Dashi quickly led the team to rush forward, with sweat on his forehead. Yi Su is a big shot and he knows that for this purpose, the meeting specifically allows him to enter at the last moment. Unexpectedly, it still caused chaos. These guys need to find a time to ask questions. In such a serious occasion, it's not embarrassing. Finally. Through the efforts of the 9 bulls and 2 tigers of the Grand Historian, the riot was finally quelled. Countless people could only watch eagerly as Yi Su sat at the back. Kodashi is like a copper wall and iron wall, protecting Yi Su. There's no way to break through. The Logic on the side opens its mouth and smiles. He was also startled. I never even thought about it. The person sitting next to him is actually the legendary Dr. Yi. A bull who even disdains Nobel. However, he did not have the opportunity to speak to Yi Su. On the distant stage, Sei has already appeared. The light is on, the first meeting of the Planetary Defense Council has begun. Yi Su closed her eyes. Listen to the lines he almost knows. I also watched as those facing the wall came on stage. Frederick Taylor. Manuel Diaz. Bill Hines. Logic. Until now, Yi Su's eyes suddenly opened. Crossing the distance, as if seeing Sei's eyes. At the same time. The sound sounded, the 5th person facing the wall. Yi Su. Chapter 4. Gene Locks, New Books for Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Changed the plot, but it doesn't seem to change. The appearance of Yi Su still shook the world. Genetic engineering has never developed so rapidly before. The theory of lock-in genetic engineering is more like a thunderbolt, making everyone face the true power of carbon-based technology. They are also eager. I long for Yi Su's lock theory to break through and bring about a different civilization fireworks. So. Anyway, we still need to give Yi Su a spot to face the wall. Upon hearing the final announcement, Yi Su raised her lips. The first goal was achieved. In the future, the life of a meager dad will be improved. The mother nest of the Zerg race will usher in a period of rapid development. Yi Su stood up and did not go to collect that badge, but glanced at the logic of being a demon on stage. Little brother, please be more open-minded. The life of picking up girls at public expense is waiting for you. After taking a glance, Yi Su turned around and walked away, with Dashi quickly following behind him. Pushing open the door, countless flashes lit up. In front of me, a large number of media outlets are extending microphones. Mr. Yi Su, do you believe that genetic technology can really defeat the Trisolaran civilization? Mr. Yi Su, could you please explain your research path and how you will approach the Trisolarans? Mr. Yi Su, do you think carbon-based life can resist a civilization capable of interstellar navigation? Mr. Yi Su, may I ask if you are manufacturing serum like the American team? Mr. Yi Su, do you think there is the existence of mutants? Mr. Yi Su. For a moment, a large number of problems came crashing over. And globally, this live streaming scene is seen by at least billions of people. Face the wall plan. This technique is too shocking to the world. Being able to mobilize global resources without the need to explain reasons. This has caused a lot of people's displeasure. So they want to know what kind of means Yi Su has to justify the resources that are about to be mobilized. However, Yi Su is too lazy to bird them. Behind me. In addition to the promoted Special Operation Captain, Dashur, there is also a staff member of the Planetary Defense Council. Or rather, it is a linker. He will follow Yi Su's side and meet her various demands. Quickly detached from the media's visit, Yi Su went to the office of Chairman Sei. And the staff officer beside him also spoke up, Mr. Yi Su, I am an advisor to the Planetary Defense Council. My name is Anderson, and in the future, if you have any questions, you can let me know. Of course, if you are not satisfied with me, you can also apply for a change of consultant. Mr. Anderson, I hope to have a pleasant cooperation in the future. Yi Su said. As long as this guy doesn't ask questions and provides resources, Yi Su will still get along well with him. If there's too much talk, then let him go. After arriving at Sei's office, the other wall faces had already arrived. The logic is chaotic and the emotions are slipping away. Normal. And the other few people clearly had an arrogant expression when facing Yi Su. Oh, our genetic maniac has arrived, come and see what he has brought us. Is it the Hulk? That's really scary. Radiaz spoke with a foul odor. He is a complete madman, and he does not believe that genetic technology poses any threat to the Trisolaran civilization. When it comes to treating illness, he will admit that Yi Su is a big shot. Faced with an attack from a civilization, he always believed that Yesu should stay in the laboratory and take a shower with formalin. Radiaz, put away your appearance. Dr. Yi is not someone you can judge, said Hines, nodding to Yi Su. Dr. Yi, I hope we can communicate more. The final thought stamp of Sean's way. This method will touch the brain, so he will help Yi Su break free and leave a good impression on her. Taylor, on the other hand, is relatively indifferent. Yi Su ignored the sand sculpture of Radiaz, he ended up in a miserable situation. Facing others, it's just nodding. Then, put the box on Sei's desk. Sei stood up and asked curiously, Dr. Yi, are you? I need funding, a lot of it. Yi Su said directly. At this moment, everyone was confused. Good guy. Those facing the wall can apply for a lot of funding, that's right. But it's not as straightforward as you are. At least take out something. Look, our genetic maniacs can't wait. Shut up. Yi Su turned his head and shouted. He stared coldly at Ridiaz, and in an instant, all the nanoworms in his body sensed the owner's anger. I can't help but let out insect chirping. And this deep insect chirp turned into infrasound waves and washed away. Ridiaz took a few steps back with a pale face, feeling a wild and violent aura staring at him. It was like facing a giant dragon, which frightened him greatly. You. He opened his mouth, his throat twitched slightly, but couldn't say the following. Taylor looked surprised. He also felt a sense of oppression. This sense of oppression is not like a personal aura, but more like a level of oppression in the depths of life. Heinz's eyes suddenly lit up. He remembered Yi Su's theory of locking genes. Can you say that? Has he really broken through the lock and evolved at the genetic level? Oh my goodness. Genius. A peerless genius. Sei clearly witnessed the big scene, but watched Yi Su open the box. There is a green potion inside. Her heart couldn't help but beat violently. Her throat couldn't help but swallow. The whole body's cells seemed to be sending out craving signals, as if this potion is the gateway to a new world. This is a genetic potion. Yi Su picked up the green potion and said, it can make people clearly feel the existence of a lock. Do you know what this means? Touching the lock means that the person's physical fitness has reached the theoretical limit. If we can surpass this limit, it will be the sublimation of life. I find it difficult to tell you what sublimated life looks like, but it's obvious that it's better than your extreme imagination. P.S. The new book is on its way, please provide some feedback. As an old author, the coding speed is still good. We are looking for fresh flower tickets, 2,000 fresh flower tickets are selling out, and 200 review tickets are selling out. Chapter 5. Assassination. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The scene has become quiet. Quiet enough to hear almost everyone's heartbeat. Looking at the green potion in Yi Su's hand, I felt the craving signal emanating from their bodies. Their faces towards Yi Su also changed. This person. It's too scary. What kind of brain is capable of making such terrifying achievements in the field of genetics? Lock. Does the gene lock in theoretical fantasy really exist? Isn't this a joke? Can anyone really reach the limit? Sleeping in a slot is simply a fantasy. But, faced with an honest body, they had to admit it. This thing has a huge attraction to the body. If it weren't for the strong will pressing down. They all want to grab that potion. Dr. Yi. Sei swallowed a mouthful of water with difficulty. Has your research really touched on the lock? As you can see. Yi Su shook the potion and said. Subsequently, Yi Su packed it into a box and pushed it towards Sei. I'm going back to my laboratory and I'm looking forward to your good news. Say it. Yi Su ignored the others and left directly. Although no results have been obtained yet. But Yi Su believes. This gene potion will make them give the results they want. Dashi, let's go back, Yi Su said. Where are we going back? Unsure laboratory, my lair. I don't understand you college students and don't play around. Hurry back to do research. Where is the responsibility? Right. Go back, it's better to go back early. The group is ready to catch the plane again. On the other side, Ito. In a dark hall. The big screen flickered with light, playing the scene of Yi Su taking out the potion. The people below were quiet, but their rapid breathing indicated that they were not calm. Gene lock. An extraordinary power system. Absolutely not allowed. The Lord doesn't like this person, mainly this person is destroyed. The genetic power system, he shouldn't exist. Yi Su, the demon of life, during the process of researching genetic engineering, he didn't know how many innocent lives he had killed. He was guilty. Damn it. Go ahead, select the strongest force and kill him. Ito is afraid. They felt fearful of the genetic power depicted by Yi Su. Lock. Once opened, what will it be? I don't know, even the three-body civilization itself doesn't know what that would be. That will be a Pandora's box. The three-body civilization does not allow such things to appear. This is a route that even Jizi cannot block. So. We need to kill him. To strangle it in the cradle. Assassination, it's starting. Ito members, all over the world, that's right. Airport. Dashur and others followed behind Yi Su, along with Anderson. As an advisor, he must follow Yi Su. It's okay, anyway, Yi Su just treats him like an ATM. If you run out of money, then you can take it directly. And at the same time. As a wall-faced person. There are also a large number of media following Yi Su, and it is still live streaming globally. Audiences, now our challenger Yi Su appears at the airport and is about to return to Dasya. Yi Su's voice appears on the screen. A barrage of drooling bullets below the live broadcast room, sleeping trough, is this the superpower of genetic engineering? I'm sour, not only a big shot, but also a handsome and explosive person. I think as someone facing the wall, we need to continue our excellent bloodline. I can do it. Pooh, you also deserve it. What do you think about having a big oily face? Wow, I'm so dedicated. I'll come back after the meeting to do research. It's so hard. There is a reason why someone is at the pinnacle of a field despite their young age. I love you. Facing the wall, what will Yi Su's plan be? Genetic engineering. I think it should be a genetic lock, just play it openly. That's right, the Trisolarans civilization has never studied genes, they are also a blank space. Isn't it true that Jizi blocked technology? It shouldn't be possible to block genetic technology, right? He doesn't know anything about the three-body problem himself. What is it blocking? Does he understand? It makes sense. Yi Su suddenly paused in her footsteps. The nanoworms on my body have already felt a killing intent. Well. To put it bluntly, they feel a malicious gaze, which is easily perceived by nanoworms. Human numbness. The eyes are the windows of the soul, and that's right. When you want to do something, your gaze will always be exposed. As a branch of the insect microbiome, nanoworms are sensitive enough. What's wrong? Dashi asked with a smile. I felt some malicious looks, Yi Su said. Oh, normal, said Dashi. A seemingly casual answer. However, Dashi was closer to Yi Su and his eyes began to scan the surroundings. He will do his best to ensure Yi Su's safety. Even blocking bullets for him is possible. The subtle movements of Dashur seem to be a signal. The scene immediately became chaotic. A group of people, who don't know what's going on, got into conflict with the media. And the conflict erupted instantly. A large number of people began to rush, and the scene was chaotic. Fully armed soldiers began to enter the field to protect Yi Su. As a wall-faced individual, Yi Su's defensive strength is astonishing. When the riot broke out, the soldiers entered the field. At the same time, a surging crowd began to spread and also washed away the soldiers. The wall of people blocking Yi Su's side was squeezed into an arc. It looks like it's about to burst. The soldiers quickly searched for the human wall. The safety of those facing the wall is of utmost importance. Suddenly, a soldier was knocked down by the impact. Someone rushed in, and after that person rushed in, he took out a gun directly from his clothes. Bang! Dashi reacted quickly and shot him dead in an instant. However, the next second, Dashi's face changed. The soldier who fell has already mounted his gun. They are a group. Go to hell. Those who face the wall. Bang. Close range, special rifle bullets. Even a bulletproof vest cannot withstand it. Chapter 6. First Lock. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bang. A soft sound. Yi Su took a step back as if being hit by a hammer. Got shot. Dashi's eyes were about to crack and he was shot. The person facing the wall was actually shot under their own protection. This is simply a great shame. As a public official, this is a huge dereliction of duty. And I am not ordinary myself. After using the medication, I have a much faster reaction ability. However, even so, Yi Su was still shot. Looking at the position of Yi Su's gun, it seems to be in the heart. Damn it. Dashi was almost furious. Bang ping. He quickly protected Yi Su behind him and broke the attacker's hand with just one shot. Without hesitation, the second shot smashed its rifle. Yes. Even though he went crazy with anger, he still left a living mark. The personnel of the Ito organization have been hidden since the Guzheng project. And it's hidden deep, making it difficult to dig. So. De Shi left a living mouth. The attacker has lost his combat effectiveness. However, his expression was extremely insane. He watched Yi Su get shot with his own eyes. Ha ha ha. Face the wall. Jeans. Ha ha ha. In front of the Lord, it's just a bug. How could a bug imagine challenging the Lord? The Lord will come. Eliminate human tyranny, the world belongs to the three-body. He roared and roared. At the same time, he was also excited. I'm really happy. I didn't expect to actually kill Yi Su. A shot shattered his heart, can he still live? Impossible. Having completed the task, his faith brought him a sense of satisfaction. What if I die the next second? It's worth it. And in global live streaming, countless people are heartbroken. Attack. It's actually a terrorist attack. Got shot, lying down, Yi Su got shot. Damn it, this is also too unfair. The Trisolaran civilization is already very powerful, so what kind of ETO is going to carry out assassination? Is this the war between civilizations? Basically, there's no way to survive. Assassinate directly. What should we do? Yi Su won't be okay, right? It's hard to say, but the camera saw that he was shot. That's a rifle, so close. Isn't it true that the one facing the wall is about to be killed as soon as they are selected? Oh my goodness, this is too desperate. Why are there so many people committing adultery among us humans? The barrage is fluttering. This is really amazing. The person facing the wall was openly assassinated at the airport. It's already a headache for a powerful civilization to target the Blue Star. There are still people like this in the Blue Star. They help aliens fight against humans, which is extremely disgusting. The chaos on site quickly stabilized under the maintenance of armed personnel. Countless cameras were staring at Yi Su, who was being protected. Hurry up, catch him. Ambulance, ambulance. De Shi shouted and then tightly guarded Yi Su. Turning around, I saw Yi Su's incredibly calm eyes. By the way, are you too excited? Yi Su's calm voice rang out. De Shi is confused. Is your behavior too calm? Didn't you get shot? Dashi asked. That's right, Yi Su stood up straight and responded. The powerful kinetic energy of rifle bullets at close range does indeed propel oneself. But Yi Su grabbed the hand from her chest and took it down. There is not a single cut on the clothes, let alone blood. Even without wrinkles. The protection that marks the beginning of history. Yi Su stood up again, standing in front of everyone and all the cameras. Countless people were in an uproar. I saw he was shot. Why would it happen? And the attacker's expression was even more unbelievable. His pupils dilated and his mouth was wide open, as if he could swallow an egg. You. How could you be okay? Even though you were shot, I saw you were shot. He began to roar and struggle. The assassination failed. He stared fiercely at Yi Su, wanting to know why. Yi Su reached out his hand. Then, spread out your palm. A deformed bullet lay quietly in his palm. One backhand. The bullet landed on the ground. Ding. In an instant, the needle can be heard falling. Everyone seemed to suffocate at this moment. Bullets. He was forcefully caught. How could this be possible? This is absolutely impossible. Why can a person, whose body is mortal, catch bullets? Is this not about science? Your Lord will display miracles earlier. And now, I have also shown you a miracle. It's just a matter of reciprocity, humans are still more polite. Bang! Everyone's heart suddenly shook. It's like being hit by a bomb. Miracle. No knives or guns can penetrate. Cowardly. And what Yi Su said was too uplifting. The three-body civilization used Jizi and demonstrated too many miracles in the early stages. What retinal projection, cosmic scintillation. And today, there was also a person who demonstrated a miracle belonging to humanity in front of Jizi. Assassination. I can even catch bullets. Boost up and explode. Why? Why? Why is this happening? It's impossible, you must be lying to me, you must be. The attacker roared angrily. He doesn't believe that a mortal body cannot catch bullets. It must be that his attack plan was exposed, and the bullets in the firearms were replaced by someone. In fact, I don't like to be the one facing the wall, I only like funding. Me. Yi Su smiled and stared into his eyes, saying, I play all the cards. Genes. If the three-body civilization finds it incredible, then let them also research genes. You see, it's still very effective. For example, when I open the first lock, I can catch the bullet. The whole scene was boiling. The amount of information in Yesu's language is too large. Lock. He has already opened the first lock. My goodness. Is this the human who opens the genetic lock? Grab the bullet of the hot weapon directly with your mortal body. This is simply unbelievable. Chapter 7. The Mother Nest of the Zerg Clan. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Countless microphones want to charge up. They want to know more information. In the global live broadcast footage, the barrage exploded directly. Gene lock, this is the power of gene lock. Sleeping slot, this is simply unbelievable. Is there really a genetic lock? Did he really unlock the gene lock? If we continue like this, won't we be able to become gods if we break the genetic lock all the way? Is this the great power of the first person in gene lock engineering? It's too scary. A mortal body can catch bullets, so what kind of level can it reach later? Bully. It's so amazing. Brothers, gene locks can be broken through by medication. What does that mean? It shows that by then, all of us will be people who have broken through several gene locks. Come and take a look at the Trisolarans fleet, billions of fierce men tearing apart the fleet. Laugh to death. The Trisolarans fleet is coming to deliver vegetables. The meaning in Yi Su's dialect almost spread globally in a very short time. Countless people's gaze gathered. Gene lock. An incredibly powerful physical force. Can catch bullets with bare hands. This terrifying thing really happened before everyone's eyes. After handling the airport matter, Yi Su has already taken a connecting flight back to China with Dashi and others. But he didn't know that when he encountered the attack, it continued to ferment. Genes. This subject, which was originally placed aside, has become popular again. No one has ever thought that humans can truly unlock genes. Even more incomprehensible. After unlocking the genetic lock, the body was able to catch bullets. Countless people watched the video over and over again. They had to admit it in the end. Yisu's physical strength is at an alarming level. People with intentions wanted to obtain Yisu's physical data, but the Planetary Defense Council went straight back. What kind of scallion are you, trying to attack the person on the opposite side? This makes countless people's hearts itch uncontrollably. The identity of the person facing the wall is too special. They have a very large amount of authority. And only a few other challengers can match Yisu's level of authority. Diaz looked at the message sent by his assistant with a gloomy expression on his face. How terrifying is the ability of genes. But then, his eyes were filled with arrogance. What if the premise is reinforced again? Can it withstand nuclear bombs? People just don't have their own opinions, and the war with the Trisolarans is in space. Can we open the gene lock and still fly into space? It's ridiculous. Thinking of this, Diaz looked up at the sun in the sky. In an instant, a great terror and excitement filled his heart. The opposite of Diaz's reaction is Heinz. He even couldn't wait to go to Xia and have a good chat with Yisu. While developing comprehensive physical abilities through genetic locking, it should also enhance intelligence and so on. So, the idea of national intellectual evolution can be implemented. Jizi can lock in the technology of Blue Star, but cannot lock in human intelligence. As for Taylor and logic, both sides are just irrelevant. Taylor is easily unable to express her emotions. And logic, I am currently in emo. Soon. Yisu returned to Daxia Anqing Airport. This journey back can be considered a luxurious escort. There were fighter jets following along the way. There are even warning planes and refueling planes. God knows what high standards the Planetary Defense Council has given him. As soon as he got off the plane, Anderson received the message. Dr. Yi, I just received the message. Your first batch of funding of $10 billion has been received. It's coming quickly, but it's too little. However, Yi Su frowned lightly and said, 10 billion. Dr. Yi, this is the first batch, and there are still several batches of funds under review. The number will be dozens of times higher than this time. Is that right? Isn't it just for the sake of money that I have worked tirelessly to obtain the spot for those facing the wall? If it's only 10 billion, it's too cheap. The receipt of funds has made Yi Su feel good. After returning to the research room, Yi Su began to review. Close your eyes and feel the Zerg Mother Nest in the system space. Zerg Mother Nest, equal order, second order. Zerg direction, micro insects. Macro insects. Blood and meat technology tree, breeding, drug resistance, miniaturization, hardness, enhancement, immense power, microscopic, devouring. Introduction. This is the foundation of a civilization, the most incredible creation in the universe, capable of nurturing unimaginable Zerg races and challenging the heights of carbon-based civilizations. Over the years, Yi Su spent a lot of resources, but did not cultivate a true Zerg. But rather on the technology tree, dividing the Zerg into two types. Micro-insects and macro-insects. The reason is very simple. Jizi is monitoring this world in high-dimensional space. Once a true Zerg is born, the Trisolaran civilization will react excessively. Similarly, even humans cannot accept it. And Yen technology also proves Yisu's early road goals. His goal is Jizi. Yisu's crazy development of micro-insects is to capture Jizi. The so-called nanoworms are the gatekeepers of microscopic insects. Extending and developing towards the inside is the true microcosm of the Zerg race. As long as you capture Jizi or prevent Jizi from monitoring you, that Yi Su will develop macro insects. With the breeding and phagocytic abilities of the Zerg, it doesn't take much time. We can create a Zerg legion with space combat capabilities. Now it's Jizi on top, causing himself a lot of trouble. As for genes, this is indeed a direction. But this direction has nothing to do with humans, and it cannot transform humans into immortals. Unless humans are willing to transform into aliens. By using the flesh and blood technology of the Zerg Mother Nest to color, humans are no longer humans. But it's another type of Zerg. It doesn't make much sense. The genetic lock exhibited by Yi Su is nothing more than a scam on funds. The bullet that attacked the airport was naturally blocked by nanobugs. It's just a bullet, how did you get the nanobug? At that time, even if you used cannons to bombard, you might not be able to kill Yi Su. Chapter 8. Focus on the potion. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Now I have a large amount of funds in hand, and I am adding the status of wall bearer. So, many materials that I couldn't have covered before can now be easily purchased. For example, uranium and radium. Upgrading the Zerg Mother Nest to the 3rd level requires a large amount of rare minerals. These minerals are all regulated. Yi Su has no chance to take action at all. Even in the black market, take out the amount Yi Su needs. But now it's different. With the identity of a wall-faced person, Yi Su can confidently request various materials. If someone says, what is the relationship between genetic drugs and heavy metals? Yi Su doesn't even need an answer. Am I a wall-faced person still going to tell you the plan? What kind of onion are you? Upgrading the Mother Nest to level 3 is crucial. This means that microscopic insects are taking a step forward. At that time, we would be able to confront Jizi at the micro level. Without solving Jizi, Yi Su's development is facing difficulties. Quickly, Yi Su made a list of the required materials. If someone else gets this list, they will definitely be scared to death by the metal demand above. For example, Anderson, who received the list, Dr. Yi, to be frank, do we really need so much uranium for the development of genetic drugs? Such a large amount of uranium can make a mushroom bomb. Anderson's scalp tingled in the hull. Suction slip. Yi Su drank tea without responding. He doesn't need to respond either. As a person facing the wall, he only makes requests. As for what to do, then let others guess. Isn't the person facing the wall doing this? Anderson is caught in a dilemma. The Planetary Defense Council has sufficient funding. But it doesn't mean that these funds can be recklessly used. Otherwise, what do we need him as a consultant for? But facing Yi Su, who ignored him completely. He had no choice but to report it and start making purchases. It's official now, and then. Anderson showed a flattering smile and said to Yi Su, Dr. Yi, genetic engineering is a great project, and your genetic drugs have pointed us in the direction like the sun in the sky. Yi Su glanced at him. Lying down, you can really lick it. Are you interested in the effects of genetic drugs? I just don't know who to lobby for. And then. Yi Su said. Anderson rubbed his hands and continued speaking, Dr. Yi, since the information on the three-body civilization was made public, there has been no consensus in human society. There are those who advocate for defense, and there are also those who advocate for timely enjoyment. We all know that the three-body fleet still doesn't know when it will return, and people today can easily pass their lives. So, there is a conflict. In our country, conflicts are quite severe, with a large number of soldiers' deaths every year. I think if they become stronger individually, it will reduce a lot of casualties. In this way, it can also more stabilize this society and better cooperate with the work of the Planetary Defense Council. Of course, I know the manufacturing of genetic drugs is not easy. But we will give Dr. Yi a satisfactory price. Yi Su raised her eyebrows. Got it. Anderson is from the Lighthouse country. It is obvious that he was instructed to obtain the gene potion from Yi Su. A lighthouse. Understanding. I want everything. Under Yi Su's display, the genetic drug was like a miracle. How could they not have taken it seriously? Not to mention. They will think of more. Since genetic drugs can strengthen a person's body, can they increase their lifespan? Something related to lifespan. That makes people even more envious. Anderson's meaning is to purchase genetic drugs from Yi Su. As for the price. Drive whatever you want. The lighthouse has plenty of money. Or rather, those consortia have plenty of money. Yi Su's had no doubt about the financial resources of the lighthouse. But Yi Su is unwilling. Gene drugs cannot flow out. There's nothing else, it's just a simple dislike of letting it flow into the lighthouse. Just as Yi Su was thinking about what kind of excuse to use to play, Dashi came over with a haha face. Dr. Yi. Ha. Busy. Dashi rubbed his hands and said. What's up? Yi Su asked. This guy came just in time. Anderson watched as Grand Historian gritted his teeth as he entered, but was helpless. As Yi Su's exclusive security personnel, Dashi's authority is even higher than Anderson's. Isn't this going back to China? I have a friend who wants to see Dr. Yi, said Dashi. Want to see me? And it is a message passed down by the Grand Historian. Yi Su roughly knew who it was in her heart. After all, Anderson, the lighthouse lobbyist, has emerged, and it's unreasonable that de Xia has not taken any action. If you happen to have time today, then see you, Yi Su said. Then he glanced at Anderson. Anderson had no choice but to go out. He is just an advisor to the Confidence Defense Council, nothing else. After he left, Dashi became even happier. Dr. Yi, your gene potion is a good thing. Dashi smiled and said. Who are you going to lobby for? Don't say that, that's not what you're talking about. What kind of lobbying? We're really tight on our own. Frequently marching. Dr. Ye's brain, I can't hide it from you if I know, haha. Lead the way. Okay. Dashi, hurry up and lead the way. He understands very well in his heart. After the scene at the airport appeared, Yi Su's identity became more complicated. If we talk about those who face the wall, yes, everyone has to give face, after all, it is a global defense council. Face is face, and what should be done and what process needs to be followed. Can hold genetic potions in hand. Hey. That's different. The existence of genetic drugs can almost change the pattern of a country. The existence of unlocking can ignore the existence of firearms, which will be the most terrifying beheading force. From another perspective. This is a new deterrent hidden in the dark world. Facing warriors who go beyond their limits. No one can confidently say they can block it. What's even more terrifying is this type of warrior that transcends limits can be mass-produced. This can't help but move people's hearts. Chapter 9. Stimulation. New book for collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon, Dashi and Yi Su arrived at another reception room. Opening the door, Yi Su saw General Chang. Wearing a straight military uniform, with a sharp gaze, an almost imperceptible sharpness was about to spill out from his eyes. Yi Su admires this person. This is the truth. However, Yi Su has her own ideas on genetic drugs. De Shi introduced it and left. There were only two people in the reception room, Yi Su and General Chang. Dr. Yi, you're surprised about the airport situation, General Chang said. It's okay, just some jumping clowns. Ito has gone crazy, they can only hide in the dark, but they didn't expect such a big move. It seems that the Trisolarans civilization is very afraid of you. Faced with the unknown, life fears everything, and it seems that the three-body civilization is no exception. You're right. Previously, Gizi blocked our technology and used farmers and turkeys to scare us, resulting in the death of many scientists. Now, facing the power of genes, it's time to make them fearful and fearful. The two chatted for a while. General Chang's words are very straightforward. Throughout, he never asked about the effects of genetic drugs. It seems that he is very clear about the work of the person facing him. No matter whether Yi Su's genetic drug effect is real or fake, he will not interfere. This time he just came to comfort his work and left some armed forces to defend Yi Su's research institute. At the same time, it also brought good intentions from De Xia, such as issues with materials, funding, and so on. De Xia will give it a modest effort. It's about a humble effort. As a great country, once De Xia takes action, it will be massive. Finally, regarding the attack on Yi Su's group, General Chang stated that he will do his best to investigate. Even if it happened abroad, as a native of Daxia, Yi Su's tone would not be tolerated by Daxia. As for the matter of providing genetic drugs, he didn't even mention it. Corridor. Hey, why didn't you ask? You didn't see that body. You can even catch bullets, Dashi said to General Chang. General Chang glanced at the Grand Historian twice and said, "Don't ask too many questions." How can we not ask? Gene drugs, isn't it like being produced on a production line, bottled one by one? Hey, I found out you're talking so much. Face the wall person. Do you understand? I don't understand. Dashi shook his head. I only know how many brothers and comrades we sacrifice each year. Now, Ito is playing tricks all over the world, making it increasingly difficult to maintain stability domestically. If there were genetic drugs available, our work would be completely different. Speaking of this, General Chang couldn't help but feel wounded. There is no place in this world that is bright, it's just someone holding a lamp. But the situation is different now. Grand Historian, it depends on the overall situation. Chang said with a long focus on military language, the behavior of those facing the wall does not require explanation. Dr. Yi is an extremely intelligent person. When he says playing cards, is that playing cards? Genetic drugs do make people envious and can indeed have many effects. But think about it, if you were in Dr. Ye's situation, would you be willing to release the genetic drug? Don't expect too much, work hard. After speaking, General Chang left. Upon hearing General Chang's words, Yi Su laughed and cursed at the old fox. Reciprocity is the unspoken rule of summer. General Chang said that De Xia would support Yi Su's work. How could Yi Su accept it calmly? Speaking of the current situation of De Xia through dialogue with De Shi. I want gene potions, both openly and secretly. Yi Su is sorry not to give it. I'm talking about it now. If genetic drugs can really reduce the casualties of De Xia in maintaining stability every year, what if we give them a batch? For those backers, Yi Su also admires them greatly. Shake your head. Yi Su felt that dealing with the official was too convoluted and could only be speechless. Simply return to the laboratory and wait for the arrival of this batch of resources. On the other side, Ito. The scene of Yi Su grabbing the bullet was repeatedly played by Gizi. The entire dark hall was silent. A silent fear is spreading. It's too scary. Gizi repeated the scene in a very slow motion. Yi Su lied. He did not catch the bullet. But I still don't say I'm not lying. When the bullet hit Yi Su, it felt as if it had hit an incredibly hard steel plate. The warhead quickly dried up. This indicates that his physical fitness has become so strong that he is fearless of bullets. This terrible physical condition is even more terrifying than grabbing a bullet. Unloading force and hard resistance, which one is stronger? He's not human. He didn't wear a bulletproof vest or anything like that, it's unimaginable. Is there really someone who can withstand bullets with their physical body? Superman. Gene lock. Can we really achieve this level? I can't imagine it. Can such a person really be killed? If we can really unlock higher level gene locks, do we really have the ability to fight in space? This is something the Lord cannot do. Can he be more powerful than the Master in studying genes? Whispering sounds began. While suffocating, it also confuses the Trisolarans for light. Years away. Genes. Is it true that there is a special force in genes? Will this special force ultimately touch upon the rules of science? Or is it to say that the extension of individual power is also a path of civilization? It will take a long time for the fleet to reach the solar system. Once a technological explosion occurs. Note: GZ only blocks science, while genetic engineering is still outside. In such a long period of time, there will almost certainly be a technological explosion. In this way, no one can predict what height it will reach. What if an individual genetic civilization really develops? Isn't the fleet just going to deliver? Consul, I think we need to develop genetic engineering. Finally. In the three-body civilization, a lament can be heard. After consuming almost all the resources of the three-body galaxy, they were once again stimulated by Yesu and had to tighten their belts to start new scientific research, genetic engineering. Chapter 10 Ascension. New book for collection. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Yesu is frightening. Fear the entire Trisolaran civilization. In the end, Ito received their main message. Kill Yesu with all your might. Yes. Do everything possible to kill this subject. And it's also very simple. Just kill Yesu. Because Yesu's research height is too high. Except for him, no one else in the world has even started in the field of gene therapy. I can't even understand the reason. And Yesu had no idea about these things. At this moment, he is in an excited mood. Finally. Relying on the high authority of those facing the wall. All the resources he needs have been shipped over. Dashi escorts the car. A vehicle by vehicle of resources was sent deep into the laboratory. That is Yesu's special session. Basically, no staff can enter. Throughout the process, there was no intention to inquire about these resources. The world has given face to those who face the wall. Watching piles of materials appear in the hall. Yesu is in a great mood. Today, we can cultivate the Zerg Mother Nest to the 3rd level. The 3rd order Zerg Mother Nest is not just about raising the rank. It represents a division. In the conventional universe, 2nd order Zerg nests can only shrink within the planet, relying on Zergs to devour the planet and feed themselves. At this time, the Zerg Mother Nest has no ability to enter space. The vacuum and low temperature in space are enough to kill it. And the 3rd order will be a qualitative leap. The 3rd order Zerg Mother Nest can now establish itself in space, and it says that the cultivated Zerg can now aim their fangs at the entire galaxy. Yesu felt a little emotional. At first, it can be imagined how difficult it was for him to cultivate the Zerg Mother Nest to the 2nd level. And to prevent GZ from interfering with it. The cultivation of mother nests is almost always extreme. Without nurturing the Zerg, it's just a matter of flesh and blood technology. In theory, the 2nd level mother nest can be as large as a small mountain, controlling millions of Zergs. At this moment, the mother nest in the system space is only the size of a truck. It's hard for you. Soon. The resources are transported one vehicle at a time. These are all rare minerals. If it were the mother nest of the Zerg, I don't know how many years of cultivation it would take to collect these minerals. Yesu relied on the resources of those facing the wall and easily pulled them back. At that time, the decision to use genes to open the door to the world and obtain the qualification of a challenger was indeed correct. Soon, several robots began to transport these resource mines. Stack it onto the assembly line. At the end of the assembly line, there is a huge box. In this box, there are a large number of nanoworms. These nanoworms will decompose resources and then transport them into the system space in an unknown way. The whole process, even if seen by Gizi, doesn't matter. The mother nest of the Zerg has never appeared before. The way it is transported into the system space is incomprehensible to Gizi. Take your time to guess. Closing her eyes, Yi Su fully immersed herself in the system space. More and more resources are being transported in. After absorbing resources, the mother nest began to grow slowly. Moreover, its color has undergone drastic changes. The original second-level mother nest was red, like a large lump of flesh and blood. Now, the red is deepening. At the same time, the interior of the mother nest is undergoing intense evolution. A large amount of radioactive minerals are absorbed. The entire flesh and blood seem to possess radioactive properties. Even fusion reactions occur between flesh and blood. Unable to understand. The fusion of flesh and blood. What is this? A flesh and blood nuclear bomb. Can such evolution occur in the composition of carbon-based flesh and blood? The vastness of the universe is truly remarkable. Yi Su stared quietly. Gradually, he noticed some tricks. All changes are inseparable from their roots, and the rules of the universe are the eternal rules. A large mother nest needs a higher level energy evolution system in order to obtain higher levels of energy. A first-order digestive system. A second-order thermal energy conversion system. And the third order is the fusion system of elements. After possessing a higher level energy system, the evolved and cultivated Zerg can possess this level of capability. Fusion, the first step in space. Sure enough, that's right. Slowly, as the entire fusion system transforms into new organs, the powerful energy hierarchy begins to erode other organs. And elevate it. Cultivate organs. Blood and flesh research organs. Command organs. Storage organs. Sports organs. In addition, there is a special chamber added. The Queen's Chamber. Sleeping in a groove, it's hard to understand why there is wood. Yi Su people are all confused. His soul is connected to his mother's nest. At this moment, he can feel the information coming from his mother's nest. The so-called Queen Chamber is used to cultivate the queen of the Zerg tribe. Each mother nest will cultivate several Zerg queens. Each Zerg queen will carry special abilities. Yi Su blinked. Unable to wait to open the light curtain of the mother nest, Zerg Mother Nest, equal order, third order. Zerg direction, micro-insects. Macro-insects. Blood and meat technology tree, planting, breeding, anti-drug, miniaturization, hardening, strengthening, giant power, microscopic, devouring. Energy, flesh and blood fusion, Queen's Chamber, vacant. One person, introduction. This is the foundation of a civilization, the most incredible creation in the universe, capable of nurturing unimaginable Zerg races and challenging the heights of carbon-based civilizations. Added some attributes. Firstly, there is the Queen's Chamber. Sure enough, a third-order mother nest can cultivate an Zerg queen. Yi Su clicked on this light curtain attribute. In an instant, I saw a second-level page. You can choose the Queen's direction: gene-oriented, function-oriented. Command direction. Battle-oriented. I roughly understand. The so-called Zerg Queen is an external terminal. That is to say, if Yi Su chooses a queen to fight towards. So. This queen will possess powerful combat abilities. To a certain extent, as the vanguard of the Zerg's sharp knives. If you choose to direct the queen. That is to better command Zerg battles. It is almost inevitable to command towards the queen. Because when the number of Zergs becomes massive in the future, the battle control of the Mother Nest will show an exponential decline, and at this point, it is necessary to command the Queen to lead.